Hello everyone, it is Wizaldo or Wesley, and today I've got a fun video where I'm going to be reviewing all of the EB04 cards that are going to be coming out in OP14. The EB04 set has just been completed, at least for what we're going to be getting in the West in OP14. And I think it would be pretty fun to go through all the cards and tell you what I think, all the good cards, all the not so good cards. Not that there really are any in this set, but I wanted to run through them all and show them off, just in case anyone hasn't seen them. I am not in my normal recording setup, so unfortunately if there are some quality issues, that's why. I do appreciate everyone who is putting up with it and still continuing to support me. I promise everything will be back to normal in a few weeks, or even possibly better, just because I've learned a lot as I have been resetting up all of my recording equipment. But again, I do want to apologize if you can hear my mouth or my lisp a little bit more. The recording setup is why. On to the first card. We're going to be going through green first. There's a scaled Neptunian, and I think this character is kind of insane in a way, but it also has a pretty huge drawback in another way. I don't think it's bad necessarily. It is a 7-cost 8k with 1k counter and rush character, meaning it can attack characters on the turn it's played. You can swing 8k into a 5k for 7 Don. That's pretty insane, but it also lets you filter out your entire hand. So you draw a card for each of your Neptunian type characters, then trash the same number of cards from your hand. So you're going to draw up to 5 characters because the scaled Neptunian is a Neptunian, and then going to pitch the same number of cards. So if you draw 5 cards, you pitch 5 cards, which for a deck like Shirahoshi might be exactly what it needs, just because it might need to filter out the hand sometimes, and it doesn't really have any tools to do so right now. But I think it's a pretty cool card. It could be what the deck needs. It could not be, just because that deck currently has a lot to choose from. But I think this is overall a solid card, a good card to print. I'm going to move on to the next one. This is a card I'm excited for. It's Kikinojo, a 7-cost 8k, same as the last card. No counter. When you play Kikinojo, when you play her, if you want to swing twice with your leader, you can. A Wano-type leader specifically. So you can play her, attach it on to your Yamato or your Odin, and swing twice. And both of those leaders are really good leaders to swing twice on. If you're able to attach leftover Don to Yamato, it's 2 huge, scary swings. And for Odin, because this character puts the leader effect online, you can be a 7k leader for a turn, meaning the first swing you'll swing 7k or 6k and get +1 from the leader effect, and the second swing you'll get plus another 1k for until the start of your next turn, and swing an 8 due to your leader effect. Here's the alt art for that. I think they're both really sick cards. The art for the base SR is so cool. I think they're both awesome. So I'm really excited to see this card. I'm definitely going to be trying to get a playset of this SR, just because it'll probably be played in Yamato in a deck that also runs the cards that let you attach Don or give your leader extra power and banish. This lets you keep up Don for a Onami or an Izo too. So that's really exciting. I'm really excited for this card, as you can tell, just because I play so much Yamato. The next card I have to show off is this Carrot. This Carrot is going to be even more insane in my opinion. It's an 8-cost 9k. If your leader has the Minx type, set up to 2 of your Minx type characters and your leader as active. So you can set your leader and 2 characters, your leader and 2 Law and Beppos. So you can either clear the board if it's all rested with the Law and Beppos, or you can swing 2 7ks with your leader and 4 12ks if you have 2 Law and Beppos on the board. Really good card for ending the game. I think it's something you're going to have to really be scared of in Carrot. This could put Carrot on the board as a really competitive deck, especially when you consider some of the other support. Here's the alt art. I think they're both, again, really cool. I think the art for EB04, they're going really all out for, which is really exciting. This is another card I'm excited for. It's a 3-cost 0k blocker, but it has an activate main to give up to 1 rested Don to your Land of Wano leader. So this works on Yamato and Odin, like I said. Possibly a future OP16 or 15. I can't remember which one is the Skypiea set for a Momonosuke. I've been predicting we're getting a Momonosuke leader soon, and I think this could be support for that as well. It basically just give a free rested Don to your leader, and if you need to block with it, you can. I think it's a solid card for a Yamato deck or an Odin deck. We'll see. I'm excited for it. I'm going to be excited for all the green cards. Here's a Jinbei, one I might be a little less excited for. It's one that already got revealed, so you might have already seen it, so I'll go a little bit quicker. It's a 7-cost 8k, no counter blocker. Really good stats for a blocker though. You can rest one of your cards on KO, and if your leader has the Fishman or Merfolk type, so it works for the green Jinbei or the Shirahoshi, I believe. you can play one green character card from your hand with a cost of 6 or less. So it's basically play a 7 cost, and then when that 7 cost dies, if you block a huge attack or your opponent clears it, you can play a 6 cost for free. Really, really solid card. I'm excited for it. It's something that could put a few things on the board. It could even be played in Hody, I believe. Anyways, the next card is another Neptunian. It has a stat line of 5 cost 7k, so a really solid vanilla stat line. Activate main set up to one of your Don cards is active, then you cannot set Don cards as active using character effects during this turn, so the same thing as the 5 cost Smoker from OP10. When attacking, if you have 3 or more Neptunian type characters, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 8 or less. Really, really solid card if you are flooding the board, but if you're getting controlled, this isn't going to be super useful. I think it's a solid card nonetheless. Next up is Miostoms, or Miostoms. Don't know quite how to say it, but crazy effect for Carrot. It's a 6 cost 5k, 1k counter. If you have 3 or more Mink type characters, give all of your opponent's characters -1 cost. Really, really solid card for Carrot. I think Carrot is going to dip a little bit into what people think is the black identity and give characters -1 cost, just so she can hit a couple more characters. But it also has an on play. If your leader has the Minx type, play up to 1 Minx type character card with a cost of 5 or less from your hand. You're going to be able to play Carrot off of this and freeze a 8 cost character, because your turn is going to happen as soon as it hits the field, and the on play is also going to happen at the same time. So you'll be able to freeze an 8 cost, which is a ton of cards that are going to be really good too. So I am really, really looking forward to this. I'm not really looking forward to Carrot being good. I don't love playing against Carrot, but it's pretty interesting how they are dipping into some of the other colors' color identities while not totally ruining the fact that black has the color identity of reducing cost. Next up is Megalo. Megalo says on play you can rest this character and KO up to one of your opponent's rested characters with 8k or less. It's 4 cost 4k, 2k counter. Good stat line, good counter. Solid card. I don't know if this is necessarily going to be played in Shirahoshi. Maybe. It's a good 2k counter for the deck, I guess. It could also be played in Chopper because it has the animal trait, so maybe good, but just because the you may rest this character on play is part of the required text, some of the synergies with playing it out of your hand with certain decks might not be good with this. Like I pointed out that this isn't going to be usable in Lim. You can't rest the character if it comes out rested, if that makes sense. But cool card in my opinion. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for all the cards. Like I said, I'm going to say that every time. I'm sorry if it's getting old. I'll try and cut it out a little bit. It also has an alt art. It's a pretty funny alt art. It's got Luffy on top of Megalo while Shirahoshi is in Megalo's mouth. Funny, cool card. Next up is Eleclaw. This had people in an uproar. It's a 1 cost event. The main effect, you may rest one of your cards. So any card, it can be a character like a 1 cost searcher in the Carrot deck. If your leader has the Minx type, give up to one of your opponent's characters -3 cost. So with the Miostoms and this, you can reduce a 9k down to a 5k and rest it with your leader. It also has the counter effect for 1, where it gives your leader 3k, but it also works on characters who are Minx type characters, which is pretty impressive because most of the time these do not work on characters, so that's really exciting. But all this EB04 Carrot support could put Carrot on the board. I'm a little nervous about Carrot being good. It's a little annoying to play into, but we shall see. Next up is Shark Brick Fist. This is some more gym-based support and technically Hody Jones support. It is a 1 cost up to one of your Fishman type leader or character cards, gains 3k power during this battle, then set one of your Fishman type characters as active. So it's going to let you set your blockers as active in Jinbei, or just protect your characters in Arlong, while also giving your leader or character plus 3k power in a battle. It also has a trigger to rest up to one of your opponent's characters with cost of 4 or less. I think this is a really solid card, especially for 1 cost. It's a 1 cost 3k counter with an extra effect. So previously we saw something like Paradise Waterfall that does this, that only gives 2k power. So this is really exciting to see. It's a little bit of a power creep, but it's only for Fishman type leader or characters, so I don't really mind. It doesn't feel quite like power creep just because it's leader locked. Into the blue now, we have Igaram. Igaram on play says if your leader is Nefertari Vivi, draw 2 cards and trash 1 from your hand. So some more card draw for Vivi. It's also a 3 cost 4k with 1k counter. So pretty interesting card. Not an amazing stat line, to be honest, especially for Vivi, who gives characters rush, but it also has the activate main where you can trash 1 card from your hand and give 1 rested down card to your leader or one of your characters. So with the activate main, Igaram can become a 5k or your leader can become a 6k. It should be pretty interesting just because Vivi does get a lot of cards in hand, so the Alabasta package in Vivi might get pretty strong, and that's EB03 Vivi I'm talking about. Next up is this Isho. I kind of already looked looked at it in one of my previous videos, but 5 cost 7k. It has an on play that you can trash 2 cards from your hand, and if your opponent has 6 or more cards in their hand, they trash 2 from their hand, or they place 2 from their hand at the bottom of their deck. And then when attacking, if you have a Don attached, you can trash 1 card from your hand and give one of your opponent's characters minus 2k power during this turn. Really solid card for the mid game for Kuzan. I'm not going to dive too much more into it just because I've already touched on it in a previous video, but cool card, might be what the deck needs. And here's the alt art for that. I think it's a pretty solid alt art. Both of them are really cool. This Chaka and Pell, it has double attack, and you may give your active leader minus 5k power during this turn and draw 2 cards, meaning you can use the on play to give your leader minus 5k power and then still rest it later, which is solid. I don't know if there's a lot of activate main on rest your leader cards in VV, just because I haven't looked at the deck because we're not getting EB03 for a while, but it can possibly let you use 2 effects on the same turn when they are really strong effects. I've already touched on this card too, so I'm going to go on to the next one. This Terracotta is another solid card. It is usable in Sanji. I've seen a lot of people really excited to see that it is usable in Sanji. It's a 2 cost 0k 2k counter, so solid like 2k counter if you're using it for its utility, which is activate min. You may rest this character and trash 1 card from your hand, so you do have to go -1 in hand, but it gives one of your Alabasta type characters unblockable during the turn, meaning they can't be blocked. And the 3 cost Sanji in the Sanji deck is a Alabasta type character, so if you're trying to end the game, this could be the card you need in order to end the game, because that Sanji gets really strong sometimes. And this is one of the reasons I replied to somebody's comment earlier saying, oh, I don't think I'm going to try out UP Sanji until EB03 comes out in the West, but this Terracotta could push me to make a OP14 Sanji list and try it out. It looks really exciting. This is such a cool card, especially because it's usable in Sanji. Next up is this Vivi. It's a 7 cost 4k with 1k counter, so interesting stat line, but on play up to 1 Alabasta type character card with a cost of 8 or less other than Vivi from your hand, then your opponent places 1 card at the bottom of their deck. This is really interesting because it is technically go -2 in hand for a questionable stat line. It's almost good. Like if this was a 5k, I'd say this card was amazing, but it also lets you play an 8 cost, which is pretty solid. So you're going -1 in hand essentially just because this isn't really a super scary card. Play an 8 cost, and then your opponent also has to go -1 in hand. So I think this is a solid card if you're playing more of a tempo package in VV, which is pretty interesting to think about, especially because the Alabasta package is becoming a little more relevant with OP14 and EB04. So here's the alt art for it. It's a pretty cool alt art. I like the base art a little bit more. It's a little more fun and joyful in my opinion, but it's still a solid alt art nonetheless. Next up, we got Bluegrass. Bluegrass is a 4 cost 6k, so really solid vanilla stat line there with no counter. On play, place up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 1 or less at the bottom of the owner's deck, and when attacking, draw 1 card and trash 1 from your hand. This is really solid in Sakazuki. I think Sakazuki needs to kind of pivot more to a bottom deck build, and some EB03 cards already got announced that are supporting that build, and a blocker with 6k power, and this when attacking also powers up your leader. It's essentially another leader effect, which is nice, but I'm pretty excited for it. It looks pretty cool. Next up is this Bo Hancock that I've already kind of touched on. It's a 5 cost 7k, so solid stat line. On play, draw 2 cards and trash 1 from your hand, and it also has a trigger to play up to 1 character with a 5. It's a 5k or less, and it has a trigger from your hand. Interesting card. I don't know if I love it. I need to think about it a little more, just because the 5k power and trigger from your hand doesn't cover certain cards, but it does cover most of them. So I think I like it, but I'm not really convinced yet. I know somebody in the comments can probably make it so I like it, but I don't know. I'm just not convinced yet. I'll need to play it. Next up is Ice Time. Now this is a card we were kind of memeing on Twitter. It is a 5 cost event. It lets you trash 1 card from your hand. If your leader has the Navy type, up to 2 of your opponent's characters with 10,000 power or less cannot attack until the end of your opponent's next end phase. Basically a freeze 2 10k power. It's really strong, and it's hand neutral technically in Kuzan. It also has a trigger to return 1 character with a cost of 5 or less to the owner's hand. I think it's a really solid card. All the Kuzan heads out there may or may not like it. I'd love to hear some feedback from people who actually play Kuzan, just because I haven't, and what you think of the card. Next up is Sanji. This is a really sick Sanji card. It's got a ton of utility. If your leader is Sanji, look at 3 cards from the top of your deck, reveal 1 Sanji or event card and add it to your hand, then trash the rest. So it lets you fill your deck with the event a little bit faster because you trash the rest of the cards, and it lets you look for a Sanji or event card. It also has a counter effect where you can trash 1 card from your hand and give up to 1 of your Sanji cards 4k power during this battle. So it's a 1 cost 4k. It's basically a pheasant peck for Sanji with the bonus main effect, so looks really solid. This is another one of the reasons that I'm thinking about trying out a EB04 Sanji deck without the EB03 stuff. Next up is another card I've kind of touched on, is this Kaido. If this character were to be KO'd, you may return 1 Don from your Don deck instead, and it also has the Don -2. If your leader has the Animal Kingdom Pirates type, this character gains rush during this turn, then rest up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a 7 cost or less. It's 7 cost 9k, solid vanilla stat line, and it has rush and can rest a 7 cost or less. So if you're playing it on curve against your opponent, you're going to be able to rest one of their blockers, stuff like that. I'm interested in it. We'll see how it goes, but I've already touched on this, so I'm going to move on to the next one. I've also kind of touched on this king. It has the same on like prevention of KOing and also an activate main. If your leader has the animal type pirates and you have no other king characters, add up to 1 Don from your Don deck and rest it, and then set one as active as well. Solid ramp tool for Animal Kingdom pirates, just because the 6 cost stat line is like right where you're going to start to Don minus. So this will really help to prevent the Don minusing effects from kind of setting you back super far. I'm excited for some Kaido action, maybe a new purple Animal Kingdom pirate card coming out. I don't know who I would want it to be. Probably not another Kaido deck, because we've have 2, I think, the blue purple and the mono purple. I definitely don't want it to be Queen if we're getting one, because I don't like Queen as a character, but I'm really excited for this card. It looks pretty interesting, and I've already touched on it like the last couple, so I'm gonna go on to the next one. Here's the alt art for that king. Now this queen is pretty interesting. On play, you can trash 1 Animal Kingdom Pirates type card from your hand and draw 2. So it's basically some draw for the Animal Kingdom pirate leaders, and it's only a 1 cost. So it's like the searcher stat line, and it lets you draw cards and put cards in your trash. And it has the activate main to rest 2 of your Don cards, and if your leader has the Animal Kingdom pirate, add up to 1 Don from your Don deck and rest it. So it's some really early ramp too, to get to hit 10. This is going to be really interesting, especially if they release new support for Animal Kingdom pirates. I'm excited. I'm a little nervous too, because this seems pretty strong. This is something I'm really excited about. In EB04, Foxy pirates are getting a ton of support. This is a 5 cost 6k, 1k counter, groggy monsters. On play, you can Don -1. If you have 3 or more Foxy pirate type character cards on the field, KO up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a 6k base power or less. That's base power, so even if your opponent buffs it up, you can still KO it. Foxy pirates getting more support might push the deck into the meta. I'm really excited for Foxy pirates to be good. This is a solid card. It's basically, if you have your leader effect online, KO a 6k base power or less card. I don't know if it's necessarily going to be run in the deck, but maybe playing this on curve would be good. Some removal would help the deck out to kind of control the board a little bit more, but with Emu in the meta, we'll see. Next up is some more Sanji support. It's a blocker pudding. It's a 2 cost 1k counter. On your opponent's attack once per turn, you can trash 1 card from your hand. If you have 4 or more events in your trash, up to 1 of your leader or character cards gains 2k power during this battle. Basically a free 2k in Sanji. I don't know if it's necessarily going to be ran, but it seems like a really fun card and a solid way to fill up your trash if you need to. This is some interesting support. We're getting some purple kid support. It's a 3 cost 4k blocker, Hitokiri Kamazo, 1k counter on that too. Your turn, when a Don card from your field is returned to your Don deck, if your leader has the kid pirates type, add up to 1 Don card from your Don deck and rest it. It's basically the 5 cost kid blocker, but weaker, and gives you a rest Don, but it can be played earlier in the game. So maybe we'll see some new purple kid pirates. I would love a killer kid pirate leader. Killer is my favorite supernova. I'd have to think about it a little more to actually make a decision, but I'm really excited to see some kid support in hopes that we get some more kid pirates in the future. This is a sick card. It's a Foxy 8 cost 9k, so it's a big scary body that you can restand with the 3 cost event. On play, Don -1. If your leader has the Foxy pirates type, draw 2 cards and trash 1 from your hand. So some really nice card draw. Then rest up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 9 or less. It lets you rest a card to get your leader ability applied to that card, meaning you freeze the 9 costs that you rest. So I'm really excited for this. It also has the bonus effect of an activate main to add up to 1 Don card from your Don deck and rest it. So on future turns after it's played, just because you'll use this to offset the on play effect, you'll be able to ramp up from your leader effect even more. The field in the late game of Foxy is going to look insane. You're probably going to have the 7 cost Foxy that reduces your opponent's power on their board, and the 8 cost that lets you ramp a Don and has a really nice stat line. I'm a little nervous because Foxy is a little toxic, but I love playing it. It also has an amazing alt art. It looks so fun. I'm ready to play some Foxy in EB04. I have even been considering bringing Foxy to National. That's how excited I am for this, because there is also a 1 cost Porsche searcher for Foxy Pirate. One of the biggest issues Foxy Pirates has right now, and Foxy as a leader, is that there's no early searcher to get your leader effect online. If you're going to ramp up to 10 really quickly with the 3 cost ramper and then the the 7-cost ramper. There's nothing early to make the deck more consistent other than the 3-cost Porsche, but having this Porsche to get your leader effect online, if you have like 2 big characters out on board and nothing else, is gonna push the deck into being halfway decent at a minimum. Halfway decent into like most things, because removal is what Foxy really struggles into, and being able to flood your board with like 1s and 2 costs and put your leader effect online is going to be really strong. So I am really excited for this 1-cost Porsche. We're also seeing some more cards I'm excited for in Rosinante and Law. Rosinante is probably my favorite character in the anime and manga. It has some nice text that lets you treat it as both Trafalgar Law and Rosinante, meaning you can search it off of the 1-cost Rosinante searcher, because its name is also Law. It's a 6-cost 8k with blocker, so really solid blocker stat line. On play, if the number of Dawn cards on your field is equal to or less than the number on your opponent's field, draw 1 card, then add up to 1 card from your Dawn deck and set it as active. It is basically tempo positive, and it lets you ramp, as long as you have used your leader effect to reduce the cost of a card. In Yellow-Purple Rosinante, I think this could be really fun. At least make Rosinante a really fun rogue deck. It's got a really nice alt art too. I will definitely be trying to get a playset of this alt art. Really cute alt art, or sad, depending on how you think about it, but I'm gonna pretend like I'm happy to see it. It's really fun, a really iconic scene. On to the next card though. This one I think is really interesting. It's a 7-cost 8k kid, so you'd expect it to have counter, but it doesn't. On play, it lets you ramp a Dawn as active, and it also has the activate main where you can trash the character and play 1 Kid Pirate 5-cost or less character from your hand, which seems kind of rough, but you can swing an 8k into your opponent and then play a 5k after as active, so it might be good. I'm not super convinced though. I'm gonna remain cautiously anticipating this card, but for all I know, it could be good. Next up is Flame Dragon Torch. It's a 1-cost event, and it basically has a free Blast Breath counter where you can -1 Dawn and get 4k power for your leader, but it also has the main effect where you can rest another 6 Dawn cards. So it's basically a 7k up to 1 of your Kaido card gains 3k power during this turn, probably your leader, right? Then rest up to 1 of your opponent's characters. I don't think this is good. I think this is okay. If you compare it to Dead Man's Game, where you rest 4 card total to rest 2 of your opponent's characters, it's really not good, because if you think about removing 3 Dawn from the cost because you're getting 3k power, it's essentially a 4-cost rest 1 character. And I know it's purple, but purple likes to dip into other colors, color identities, so I think this could rest like 2 8-cost or less characters and something like that and still be pretty decent. But this is one of the cards that I will say I am not really looking forward to. Next up though is another Sanji card that gets me hyped for Sanji. It's a 3-cost event. If your leader is Sanji and you have 4 or more Dawn cards on the field, play up to 1 Sanji with 6k power or less from your hand, or trash. That or trash is going to be huge. It lets you recur your Sanjis even if they get removed. It also has a trigger to draw 2 cards and trash 1 from your hand. This was revealed a while ago, so I'm not going to go too much detail into it, but it's going to be really solid, especially in Sanji, and is another reason that I'm thinking about doing a Sanji video. Now, I know this isn't an EB04 card. It's actually the OP14 and EB04 treasure rare for the West. It is the Rosinante that searches out laws from your deck and can search that 6-cost Rosinante and Law that I was looking at earlier. I just want to show it off because I'm also going to be looking for a place of this just because Rosinante is my favorite character. I'm really hyped for this, but this is how I'm going to end out the video, showing this off. That is everything in the OP14 list. At least we'll get more in OP15. I will be doing a video in the future showing the cards that you should probably be looking at to draft in your pre-release events in order to increase your chances of winning. So if you do want to see that, subscribe to the channel to see it in your feed in the future. If you did like this video, please consider giving it a like. And if you want to give me feedback on how I did it, please consider giving the video a comment. It also really helps out with engagement and hitting the algorithm. Anyways, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Hello everyone, just want to put a message here at the end and say thank you for sticking with me, even though I'm not really uploading videos right now. I've been a little sick recently. This video actually got recorded on the 20th of December, and I know it's going up much later than that, so just want to say thank you.